Every time you take in sin, there's a little stain on your heart and my heart, and more and more and more, until the whole heart gets covered in dirt, mud. And at that point, when you pray, you know nothing's going on. And you're wondering, how come nothing's going on? You cannot remove that mud without effort. I can't remove that mud without effort. We have to cleanse ourselves from an addiction to entertainment. We have to like get it out of our system. We have to remove it from our system. We have to replace that time with dhikr. If you don't have the concentration to sit and recite astaghfirullah 1,000 times, which is okay, you don't even have and what's going to happen also? Allah says recite Quran, right? The remedy. What's going to happen when you recite Quran? Every time, guaranteed. Guaranteed. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ذلك الكتاب لا ريب فيه هدى. You will pass out before you know it. Happens or no? Shaitan is amazing at hypnosis. Amazing. You're so tired, sleepy, just go to sleep. And you're about to go to sleep. Contrast it, you're about to go to sleep. It's 12 o'clock at night. You woke up at 5 in the morning. Your body needs rest, your eyes are crying, and somebody says, yo, I just got a new movie. Your eyes are like this. Are you going to finish the whole movie or no? Guaranteed you'll finish the whole thing. And you haven't even prayed Isha yet. And so you watch the whole movie, you had energy for that. And somebody said, hey, there's some soda downstairs. You'll run downstairs and get the soda, or get the chips or whatever. But the 4 rak'ahs for Isha at least that you could have made, you don't have the energy for, just a little later. Let me just lie down for a second. I'll get up and pray. And then you woke up at 10 in the morning. And you feel bad for about 5 minutes. You feel bad. It's not like you won't feel bad. Maybe there's some soul left inside you. You'll feel bad about 5 minutes. And then what's going to happen after that? What's going on tonight? Let's do something tonight again. And it starts all over again. SubhanAllah. What did Allah say? Call on Allah when? Bil-ghuduwi wal-asal. Respect the times of prayer. That's part of fighting ghafla. Don't trivialize the times of prayer. Don't allow your nights will destroy your life. I'm telling you. Ghafla, the battle against ghafla is the battle against doing bad things at night. Making stupid decisions at night. Pray Isha and go to sleep. Pray Isha and go to sleep. Keep yourself busy with good things. If you can't, at least keep yourself busy with sports. Something productive, exercise, something, just not entertainment. At least when you're exercising, you're not taking in things that are destroying your heart. At least that's not happening. At least you're feeding your body, but not ruining your soul. Entertainment is not feeding your body, and it's also at the same time destroying your soul. It's doing both. That's the time we're living in. And I tell you, one thing leads to another. It starts with an innocent thing. It starts with a YouTube video and a Hulu thing and a Netflix thing and a this thing and a that thing, and eventually it grows into filth. People get addicted to filth. And then it doesn't stop because the virtual is not enough and they move to other things. These floodgates, they start with one thing. They start small. The good and the bad. أول ميل تبدأ بخطوة. The good and the bad. This is a real battle in our lives. A real serious battle in our lives. And I tell you, when you study the example of Bani Israel in this surah, a mountain hanging on top of their head wasn't enough. You would think, what kind of evil people are these? But I tell you, are we the kind of people, if a mountain was hanging over our heads, we'd quit the movie forever and ever? Or we'd go back? It's before we point the finger at Bani Israel and say, man, them Jews, I don't know what they had for breakfast, but they were messed up. Must have been something in that manda and salwa or something. Nope. I tell you personally, my belief is the amount of heedlessness and the amount of arrogance and the amount of evil that we find in the Muslim community across the world today, including here. Bani Israel, that's their behavior that's mentioned in the Quran, they would want our autograph. We thought we were bad, you guys. We thought we were being bad with the fish. What you guys have done is incredible. With inheritance law in Islam, you guys are amazing. That's some good stuff. We've taken the cake. We need to go back and start at the basics. The first step is to get rid of ghafla. And that's the first mistake. Adam alayhi salam kana ghafilan. And for a few moments of a mistake. And by the way, I'm reminding you, this came in this surah too. Shaitan worked on him one time or over a long period of time? Oh, he kept drilling and finally got there. Well, if somebody's working against you constantly, you have to fight back when? Constantly too. It's not going to happen otherwise. We have to instill habits in our life that are going to fight the shaitan. You won't even realize it. Days, months, weeks, years will go by in ghafla, without even realizing it. If you and I can change one day in our life and instill some good habits in a day, we've helped our entire life. Fix your nights, fix your mornings. The rest will fall into place. First step first. Fix your nights and fix your mornings. Wake up early, go to sleep early. Don't allow that ultimate prime time for shaitan to get you. And if you're so addicted to entertainment, just don't go home. Stay in the masjid. The moment you go home, you're by yourself, you can't help yourself, you just put the laptop on, start watching whatever. Just don't go home. Study, do something else. Keep yourself busy. Find a job. Go find a job. Go, sell t-shirts at the Gap. I don't care. Just don't be idle. Don't be free. Especially younger guys. There's no such thing as free time for you. Free time for you is the same as death, poison, drugs. It's death. Don't have free time. This is the take-home lesson from Surah Al-A'raf. There's one conversation happening with the Quraysh back then. At the same time, this is a conversation happening with all of us. If shaitan drags you into if you get dragged into any kind of thing from shaitan, okay? If any kind of attack comes to you from shaitan, in other words, Allah said to the messenger, ignore the ignorant. Ignore these jahil people. Don't deal with them. But shaitan comes to them and doesn't let them walk away. They keep following you. They stick to you. They're not letting you go. They're dragging you into a conversation you shouldn't be into. And you might end up losing your temper. And if you lose your temper, then you know that shaitan got the best of you at that time. That's the time you should immediately remember, فَاسْتَعِذْ بِاللَّهِ. Immediately ask Allah's protection of Allah from the shaitan. Because you should know, when in da'wah, when the conversation becomes heated, who's just one? Shaitan has. Huge lesson in our deen. Huge lesson. You're trying to give advice to your uncle. He says the most retarded things and it boils your blood. He says the dumbest thing in the world. He's like, where did you get that from? That's not even right. Do you know that's kufr? You can't say that. At that very moment, you know, shaitan just dragged you into something you shouldn't have dragged into. فَاسْتَعِذْ بِاللَّهِ إِنَّهُ سَمِيعٌ عَلِيمٌ. Certainly he's the all-hearing, all-knowing. إِنَّ الَّذِينَ اتَّقَوْا. Those who truly protect themselves, not just you, Prophet, not your followers too, those who protect themselves, the people of taqwa. إِذَا مَسَّهُمْ طَائِفٌ مِّنَ الشَّيْطَانِ. If a round of shaitan gets to them, a shade of shaitan, something from shaitan comes to them, some whisper, some influence. Ta'if also means shadow, right? If something from the shaitan hits them a little bit, تَذَكَّرُوا, immediately they remind themselves.